are going to continue our discussion of this big day, this huge day in the life of the university, Niner Nation Gives, which is our university's first shot at a day of giving. And joining us for the discussion is Stacie Young. And Stacie, by virtue of your last name, you're a Young alum as well. But
Thank you.
You are a relatively recent alum. And tell us your 30 to 90 second story of your connections to UNC Charlotte and what you do now here on the staff.
Sure. So I'm a 1998 graduate of UNC Charlotte, the Department of Communication Studies, where I focused on public relations, and I had a minor in journalism. And before I even walked across the stage at commencement, I took my first job here in student affairs, and then eventually moved into advancement, and I serve as the Director of Annual Giving, and I have been in this role for about 15 years.
And you still don't, it seems like you probably graduated sometime in the last 5 years based on the energy and vigor that you bring to your work, obviously, for everybody who knows you. And you are one of the lead instigators of today. Niner Nation Gives. Tell us a little bit about what this is, kind of in the professional sense, in the work that you do. What is a day of giving? What is it? What is it supposed to be? What is it supposed to do?
Sure. Well, for us today, Niner Nation Gives is an opportunity for our entire 49er community to come together in celebration of our 49er pride. And of course, a big part of that is supporting the institution financially. But it just gives us an opportunity to really focus in on 24 hours and have it all out there on the table. Let's show our support, let's wear our green, let's support financially so that we can come together as Niner Nation.
And you said you're class of 98, so that does make you last century, but that's okay. But for this century, the 21st century, pulling this off depends a lot on web communications and social media in particular. So let's take a look at, first, let's go just to an actual shot from the website. And what I have zeroed in here is a real-time map. And you know, if you're seeing this on YouTube, it's probably not real time anymore, but at this moment at which we're speaking, this map gives us an indication of where the locations of those who've actually given financially on this day of giving. And before we go any further, is any amount acceptable?
Any amount is acceptable.
So, yeah. One of the objectives, as I understand it, is just to participate. So even if you have $5, $10, that's okay, right?
You're exactly right.
Okay.
Participation is key in this day at any level.
So clearly, as you look at this map on your screens right now, you see we have an awful big chunk of folks right here in the southeast, which is as it should be, but we're starting to branch out across the country. And again, as we're actually having this conversation, we are a few hours into this day. What are you hoping will happen today? I mean, is this a grand experiment, or you know, in terms of what you want to learn from today, what are you going to take away from this day?
Sure. We hope. Well, of course, it is our first ever 24-hour giving day, so it is going to be a day of learning for us. But more than that, it's just an opportunity to grow the culture of philanthropy at UNC Charlotte. We want to continue to express the importance of private support. Of course, we are state funded, but that state funding runs out early in the semester, and if it weren't for private donors and private support, we wouldn't have the student experience that we're able to provide. So again, this is an opportunity for us as Niner Nation, come together, let's be philanthropic, and let's show our 49er pride.
And I'm not going to ask you to get too heavy into this or even to go political, but in this day and age, we still have conversations about why do we have to do this? Why is the need here to do this? It's public higher education. Why do you need more money on top of that? What's the best way to think about that from your perspective?
Well, again, I don't think folks understand that state support doesn't carry us through what we need to really provide the 49er experience for our students. So when you look at the need for student scholarships, we look at the need for faculty support. We talk about student experience in general, like our athletics, our marching band, and other opportunities for giving today. We would not have the opportunities we have if we only depended on state funding alone. So again, private support is extremely valuable to us as we grow our programming, as we enhance what we have to offer, and as we truly give a great 49er experience to every deserving student.
And if somebody is not able or interested in giving financially today, we do ask that anybody associated with the UNC Charlotte community show some spirit in other ways too. So I think you've made that possible on the web, but what other things are you hoping people will do today?
Well, even if they choose not to support financially, we hope that they will share their 49er green, their green and white, of course. Talk with others about UNC Charlotte and the value we bring to the community. You can show pride. It doesn't have to be financially. We hope you'll show your pride financially, but we certainly just want you to be a proud 49er in every way, shape, or form.
Let's go back to the website, which is all one word, ninernationgives.uncc.edu. And as you arrive there, and there are other ways to get there today, by the way. There's a spotlight on the main university website, uncc.edu, and also lots of stuff going on our social media today as well. All of it links back to this website. So we'll go to this website because that's where we want you to end up anyway. So let's just take a quick tour of what we see on this site. First, a nice rotating set of images that capture some of the spirit of this great campus. And then, as we showed a couple of these at our break in this program today, we have some videos, or actually quite a few other videos. There's a donor counter, which I haven't refreshed this screen lately, so it's probably even moving along from there. But let's zero in on this guy right here, Norm, who's holding the Give Today sign. And when we click on that, we go to a handy and convenient form to fill out for giving, but I want to talk a little bit about what's down here. So let's just say, for instance, I have $50 I'd like to give. I can designate where that goes and talk us through just very quickly what each of these options represent. You can see it up there on our screen there too.
Sure. So we have an opportunity to support student scholarships today, and you will see that you have three options: the Alumni Book Scholarship, the Dr. Loy H. Witherspoon Greek Alumni Scholarship, as well as our Evergreen Scholarship. We also have opportunity to support student experience, and we have focused in on our 49er Family Fund, our athletics programming, and also our marching band. And then, of course, we never want to ignore our faculty support. So that is certainly an important one today, as well as we continue to enhance research and programming for our faculty, which is then passed on to our students. And then a very exciting interdisciplinary project that is big and bold here at UNC Charlotte right now is our data science initiative. So those are our focuses for the day, and we did narrow them a bit as we feel like student scholarship, student experience, our interdisciplinary projects should be focal points for this 24-hour giving.
The scholarships in particular have to do with an objective that's pretty crucial here at the university, which is access. And again, not putting you on the spot for numbers, but in many cases, the amount of debt that a student of this century will take on just to get this great education is staggering, and certainly shapes the early, even to the middle, or even beyond years of their career, getting out of that. But I probably the vast majority, if not to a person, would say it's worth it. But I think, you know, the example of our first two guests, and you would look back and say, yeah, it is definitely worth it. So this concept of giving back, the idea of providing a little bit easier time to today's students, is kind of a lot about what this is all about, right?
It most certainly is. This gives students an opportunity to focus more on their studies, their schooling, and not have to have the stress of that financial burden. Yeah. So the ability to make a gift to the Alumni Book Scholarship will help someone with book, fees for a full year, which could be well over $1,000 for a full year.
Believe it or not, we still have textbooks, right?
We do. You still go to the bookstore to purchase them, yes. Yeah. And the Evergreen Scholarship is for any undergraduate student, merit-based or need-based. So again, these scholarships really do spread across a large majority of our student population.
One of the ways in which the university has transformed itself over the years is in the way it's become a complete, full package residential campus. So then that gets to the details of rounding out that student experience. Well, why is that important? Why is it important to take our athletics to the next level? Or why is it important to have a marching band? I mean, can't we watch other schools on TV on Saturday and see the marching bands? Why do we need that? And I know what the answer is, but why don't you tell us?
Sure. Well, being a student at UNC Charlotte is more than just classes. Of course, that's important, and we need to focus and we need to work hard to make good grades, but it's also everything that comes along with it. Just like Madeline and Zach spoke about earlier, the opportunities to be part of student organizations, the opportunity to be at the football stadium and root our Niners to victory. All of those things make up the full 49er student experience. And so we need to keep in mind that, again, it is more than just the coursework. It's just the full package of really what shapes you as a 49er while you're here.
And then the other opportunities to target a gift on this day include supportive faculty.
Yes.
And then also an initiative here at the university that's been identified even at the state level as a game-changing initiative that's happening right here in Charlotte because of UNC Charlotte, which is our big data initiative, as we call it in shorthand, data science.
Yes.
Why is it important to single out an initiative at the university and want people to get behind it?
Well, that is a kind of a brand new initiative for UNC Charlotte. It's also a collaboration across several colleges here. So it's more about the partnerships and the collaborations within our colleges on campus. So it goes bigger than just the one initiative because it does span our campus. Yeah. It's also exciting and intriguing and fascinating and innovative. So that's one of the reasons we chose to focus on big data today.
Well, and I know when you talk to leaders here in this regional business community, those who are involved in their work in driving the economy, they point to really a relative few set of constants here in our region that provide the fuel and the energy for this economy. We often hear first, it's the airport, but we usually hear second, it's UNC Charlotte. So I think in my own view on this is it's important for people to realize how important the university is, and not just a more specific initiative that involves multiple disciplines, but then the overall value of a rounded university education, and that's what we're talking about here too.
Of course. Let's
take a look as a way of closing. For those who want to explore the Niner Nation Gives website and find their way across social media today, some of the things you're going to see, let's just look at some of the imagery that awaits you in the form of some images here on your screen. So here we have our old friend, the miner. And it's important, I think, at any university to have that kind of constant landmark imagery that folks look back upon. And was he here when you were here, Stacie?
He was. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.
So he goes way back. Yeah, okay. And again, this is we're seeing these pop up particularly all over Facebook, which is what us old people look at. But a lot of profile pictures today are just taking this bold hashtag Niner Nation Gives and putting it out there.
That's right.
This is an actual goose named Grumpy, and this is another way, I think, to connect and resonate with our alumni, because everybody has a goose story or two.
Agreed.
Or at least their shoes do. But Grumpy Goose, not to be confused with anyone else who's grumpy. Now this looks more like Stacie's era here. Okay. But again, connecting with our alumni and imagery that takes you back to an earlier time, not way far back. Actually, some of that attire looks more like my day. But anyway, and this fella, who's a part of our lives every day, I think he still has some nachos from the 1977 Final Four in that beard somewhere. But anyway, all of this stuff is available out there for you to go find and put on your social media if you haven't already today, and have some fun with the day. The most interesting Norm in the world is right there. So there you have it. Just some images. All of that's available on the web, and we want people to get involved, if not financially, at least in the spirit of the day, because you're going to do this again, right?
We are,
Yeah.
yes. We are very hopeful that today will be a success and that we will learn from it and we will grow and have an even bigger and better day moving forward.
Yeah. And a big part of that is just participation in a lot of ways.
Yes, sir. Participation is key. We just want you to show your 49er pride at any level today. Come on board with us. Join the 49er family. Let's make this a successful Niner Nation Gives.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing what happens once this day is done. And for those of you who will be seeing this ongoing on YouTube, you can give to UNC Charlotte at any time, though, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. 24 hours a day.
Right.
Yes.
Just look up Stacie Young, or I imagine we're doing something with the Niner Nation Give site that would provide a way, even if someone were to stumble on it, say months from now,
yes,
to re-engage.
Yes, sir, we will.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, check it all out if you haven't already. Get going. The day is still young, Stacie, but we'll keep going and watch Stacie and everybody else get even punchier. And look forward to the results from today, all the things we're going to learn. And in the meantime, we want to thank you for joining us.